Hello. Welcome back to Cody Shattuck's Small Town Startup. Today we're talking about managing your money. It's going to be awesome for those of you out there who have trouble saving, who have trouble with your spending habits. You're not exactly sure, how much you're making, how much you're spending, where it's going all the time. Especially if you're a high school student. Maybe you have a side job. Maybe you're starting to gather responsibilities where you have to pay attention a little bit more to, where your money is going. But at the same time, you're at the age where you got to go experience stuff. You got to go have some fun. And so, where do I put, how do I organize this thing, right? How do I spend, how do I know what to save and what to spend, and how do I have discipline? And that's a hard time to understand all this thing. So that's why today I have a proven method for you that you can start as soon as this video is over, where you can effectively begin to manage your savings, manage some fun money for yourself, where you can go out on the weekend, maybe you're planning for a vacation, you want to go travel. And let me just tell you guys, organization, especially with your money, is the key to clarity. And when you have clarity and about your money and about where it's going and about what you're doing, it's empowering. Okay, so again, if you just got into college, obviously you got to go work on the side to get things and to have things that you want while you go and do this thing. Maybe you're paying down some loans. Regardless, you're at the age where you gotta get some money flowing. Okay, high school too, guys, is you can't start too early, man. Like if you're gonna go and you want to get things earlier in life, you got to go get a job. And so this method is based off of having cash flow. And so here, I'm gonna break it down for you real fast. Right here, I gave you an example of 3 different labeled, these are envelopes. Okay, envelopes. And so this is like an envelope you can get from a post office, from a bank, from Walmart, doesn't matter. I want you to label one envelope your emergency savings. And so if you don't have a savings account right now in a bank, that's completely fine, because this is how it starts right here. And this is how you're going to do it in your own way to get this thing to a place where you want it. And so get one envelope, label it emergency savings. So essentially this is an envelope that you're not going to touch. You're just going to add money to it. Okay, you're going to label it never touch, so it's more of a long-term, just in case envelope full of money. Okay, over here, maybe you have plans to start a side hustle, or maybe start up a business, and you have to gather some supplies and get the things you need in order to get that thing going. And so what you're going to do is you're going to have a separate envelope for investing. Okay, this is very, very smart at your age, especially young people. And then over here, you got to have some fun, right? So put an envelope, label it fun. And like I said, this could be for vacation savings. It could be for weekend fun. Regardless of what it is, put these 3 envelopes into effect, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a conservative example here of $1,000 a month. Okay, so let's just say you make $250 a week. You might get paid bi-weekly, so it's $500 bi-weekly. And so this example obviously is before taking taxes out. So when you get taxes taken out, you're gonna be subtracting a little bit from this. But just factor this in as you think about it. So I'm just taking an even number of $1,000. Okay, and what you're gonna do is, if you're really trying to build that discipline, by the way, if you really are just not knowing at all, like, man, like I really need a system to save money better and to really get a handle on this thing. Every time you get your check, every 2 weeks, I want you to do this. For those of you who would rather just distribute your paycheck once a month, that's fine too. So let's take $1,000, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 6% of your $1,000. And like I said, that might be, that might be a little bit less because the tax is taken out, but just do the math with that. And so if you take 6% of $1,000, you're going to get $60, okay? It's going to be $60 each month. And what you're going to do is you're going to divide that by the 3, because you got 3 envelopes. And that's going to give you $20, okay? So essentially here is 6%. Broken down into 3 is going to be $20. Okay, that's if you divide it by 6%. And you're going to go all the way across the board. And so if you think of it that way, you're just going to distribute that $20 into each one of these envelopes each month. Okay, and like I said, if you do it bi-weekly, just break it down bi-weekly. So you're going to be taking $500 and dividing it by 6%, or timesing it by 6%, getting 6%. And or you could take 9% if you want to make a little bit more progress. Okay, so if you take 9%, that's $90 coming out of that 1,000. And so you're going to divide that 90 by 3. So if you're doing the 9%, it's going to be $30 each time you distribute your paycheck. And so you guys can see how this can begin to add up, okay? And so if you think about, for instance, if you think about, where I'll be in 6 months if you save 9% of your paycheck each month, okay? You're going to have close to $200 in this envelope. Okay, and by the way, if you only want to make 2 envelopes, if you really just want to start like a business like sooner than later and you want to get this thing stacked up faster, I would always suggest to have an emergency savings account just to fall back on. And this is going to help you build the discipline and have the clarity and know what your spending limits are. Okay, so if that month you want to use some of your fun money and you have, say, $100 in that account, maybe you divide that by 4 weekends if you're going out every weekend, and you're going to do $25 a weekend. That's your spending limit, okay? And this is really, really, really going to build that discipline. And then once you have this thing under control, say once you build these envelopes, so to speak, to about $250, or maybe it's your long-term envelope, I want you to take this envelope, okay, or these envelopes, and create a 360 savings account at Capital One Bank. Okay, Capital One Bank online. You're going to make nearly 2%, almost 2% on your savings money. Okay, and so you're going to gather interest, and it's no longer essentially dead money. So, but this is a great way to start. Okay, and if you're in fear of maybe a roommate, if you're in college, or siblings or somebody finding your envelopes in the house, you can put these in a bank account sooner than later. Okay, but it's an essential step too. Okay, and from there you're gonna see your money grow. Okay, and I really, 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 really want you guys to try and do this method, because if you can do this method, especially at your age, you'll be way, way ahead of the curve by the time you're 25, and you're going to have some serious money accumulated for all the things and the different things that you want to do. Because I know it can be hard right now to understand like what it is you're going after. So, but if you can prepare ahead of time with just essential general envelopes for yourself, this is a great personal way to build that discipline. So, guys, I hope this made sense to you. And I hope you do check this out, and message me. Let me know how it goes, guys. Subscribe to my channel, Cody Shack Small Town Startup. I will see you guys in the next one. Hey guys, I hope you found this video helpful. This is money management at its best. This is a method that has been around for so long. I've used it myself to accumulate and compound money like nobody's business, and it is literally the most empowering feeling you can have. And so if you are a young person starting out, how perfect is this? But if you're also a millennial like me, maybe you're a little bit older and you want to learn how to save and gain that discipline, this is perfect for you to start with. And so as you can imagine, as you grow in your career, as you start to make more money and you start to take that 6 or that 9% out, that's only going to be a bigger number each and every time. And so these envelopes are going to gain and compound faster, 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 and you can see how this can add up really, really good. And so by the time you are, sooner than later, you're going to be able to have something and have organization where you know what the limit is. It's almost going to become a bug for you. You're actually just going to want to keep saving, and that's going to be the bug. Rather than spending, you're going to see the results of this, so to speak. And so I hope this helped you guys. definitely try this for yourself. I really encourage you to do that, and I hope for you to have some good success with it. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.